another nice sunny.
Okay.
New at 9, we are shining a light on a Broken Arrow family who's actually done that for their community for decades at this time of the year. Fox 23's Mariah Ellis is reporting live for us after visiting with the Slankard family whose mission continues, Mariah, pandemic or not.
Clay, there's just definitely a special feeling that you get when you see all of these lights, all of these decorations when you just come out here and take a look. The Slankards have been doing this for 30 years now, and they say even during a pandemic, it was more of a reason to keep that tradition. There's a certain kind of magic that comes to life each December in Broken Arrow, just off the Creek Turnpike in East New Orleans Street, a 30-year-old tradition that only gets bigger and brighter.
And it started with just literally getting enough C9s. So we got married March, and November I bought enough C9s to outline our old house. By the end of that first Christmas, I noticed the neighborhood, there was a guy in there that had quite a bit. I thought, I can do better than that. And by the second year, I was looking around the rest of Broken Arrow trying to figure out, okay, now who else can I? And
by the 5th year, Robert Slankard, a former Broken Arrow teacher, says it became a total addiction. Starting as early as September, 8 to 10 hour days and 7 days a week, it's a masterpiece of more than 100,000 colorful lights, almost 300 plastic blow molds, and 400 extension cords. You can't miss it.
Every time you come, every night, there's something new because he's still out here peddling around, so.
I think I'm done. I'm done. I'm past the point of no return now.
It's like walking through a Christmas wonderland, and if you don't look closely, you might just miss something.
We had an two older ladies come by, and they said, we just missed the old Christmas lights, the traditional, the vintage.
The Slankards say this year during a pandemic was even more of a reason to put in the hard work while continuing to help families in need. Each year they collect donations, money and canned goods to Broken Arrow Neighbors, a local emergency basic needs program. The Slankards say their community didn't ignore the call.
We knew with the pandemic, people are tight, we're tight, and so I put a big thing, and we have had more people this year that have never seen our lights, never been here, that have donated, and so we're actually kind of ahead of where we were last year.
So that's amazing when someone comes out for the first time.
Whether it's the first time visiting, the 3rd or 5th, the Slankards say there's not a year that goes by that isn't worth it. Now, if you come out here, you can choose to stay in your car, you can go on the trails, or even check out some of the photo opportunities, just like this sleigh right here. Now, I talked to Robert, and he said this was one of the more challenging years because he just had a knee surgery, and yet all of this still came together. Covering news that matters, Mariah Ellis, Fox 23 News.